Good evening and welcome to the Food Programme. With me in the studio tonight is Faye Wallace, who has her own food and restaurant blog. Tonight we're talking about the London Restaurant Festival, which is a 2-week-long event and celebrates eating out. So, Faye, tell us a bit about the festival.
Hello, John. Well, the London Restaurant Festival is about helping people to learn about and to try some of the fantastic restaurants in our city. The festival started in 2009 when over 450 restaurants took part. This year, the organisers are hoping that there will be approximately 800 restaurants.
Wow, that's a lot of restaurants. So what do they have to do?
Well, all the restaurants will prepare special starters, mains and desserts to demonstrate their chef skills and favourite dishes. There will be 4 different prices for menu, starting at under £10 per person up to over £25 per person. This means a great variety of restaurants can take part, from the traditional to the trendy, and everyone can enjoy the festival.
That sounds good. And I heard that one of the nice things about the festival is that as well as promoting restaurants and offering tasty meals, it also raises money for charity.
That's right. For every restaurant that participates in the festival, the organisers will donate £5 to Street Smart, an organisation which helps people living on the streets.
And what else will happen during the festival?
Well, an interesting part of it is the Gourmet Odyssey. The idea is that you eat each course of a 3-course lunch in a different restaurant. Traditional London buses will transport people between the 3 restaurants, and in each restaurant you get to meet the chefs. There are 4 different routes to choose from, and this event costs £135 per person. If you prefer to walk and not take the bus, there's also a walking version of the Odyssey, which follows the same programme, but you only pay £95.
So you can eat and stay fit at the same time?
Maybe, John. Perhaps the most exciting part of the festival is dinner on the London Eye. Each night, one of the London Eye capsules will become a unique dining room. As you dine, the wheel goes round very slowly, and you get an amazing view of London. Each night, a different famous chef will cook a delicious meal, and on one night only, the chef will be the famous Gordon Ramsay. All the money made at this event will go to the Street Smart charity.
Well, Faye, I hope I'll have time to go, and if not, I'll read all about it on your blog. That's all we have time for tonight, but now...
And now for something I've been looking forward to all day. Here in the studio we have Sophie with us. So Sophie, welcome. Now, would you like to try some fresh French cheese?
Yes, I would. Thank you very much. What's it called?
Well, this is a cheese called Roquefort. Tell me what you think of this.
That was delicious.
It is, isn't it? It's made here in the south of France. People have made Roquefort here for hundreds of years. It's believed that a civilization discovered it in 79 AD.
Wow. It's quite strong. It's making me thirsty. So, what kind of cheese is it?
Well, it's actually a sheep's cheese. You know, made from sheep's milk.
Oh, wow. OK. Oh, I love it. So, what's the process for producing it?
Well, the milk comes from local specially bred sheep which roam on the field by the mountains. Afterwards, the shepherds make the cheese using the raw milk from the sheep.
Oh, so it's not pasteurised?
No, it's completely natural. They leave the basic cheese to mature in the Roquefort caves for 3 months, where the temperature and humidity are just right to develop the special taste and appearance of the cheese.
Well, it's really fantastic. Is it famous in France?
Yes, it is. And we've had it recognised for PDO status, so only producers from the Roquefort region can call their cheese Roquefort.
I must try and take some home with me. It'll be a delicious addition to my lunch.
Hi Hi, Ali. We're doing a project in our science class. It's about what we eat and drink.
Oh, yeah? What do you want me to do?
Well, it's a taste test. I'm going to give you 8 things to taste, but I'm going to cover your eyes with a scarf so you can't see them. Is that okay?
Okay.
All you have to do is describe their taste and say what you think they are.
What kind of foods are they?
Oh, don't worry. There isn't anything horrible. You really don't need to be worried.
Okay, then. I'll do your taste test.
Really? Great. I'll just tie this around your eyes.
Oh.
There.
Oh.
Here's number 1.
This is delicious. It's a fruit. Pineapple, I think. It's really juicy.
Okay. Number 2.
Oh, that's really sour. What is it? Lemon juice? It's horrible. I need a drink now.
Here's some water. This is number 3.
Oh, this is disgusting. It's cold and tastes like rice and raw meat. Hold on. It's not as bad as I thought. It tastes fishy. Is it sushi? You know, raw fish. Salmon or something like that?
Number 4.
Well, it's obviously curry and it's really tasty, but it's also quite spicy. I love spicy food. Oh, it's very spicy.
Now number 5. It's a drink, so be careful.
It's warm and... Oh, it's really bitter. What is it? A strong coffee? It tastes like coffee, like black coffee.
Number 6.
Nice. Something sweet after that bitter coffee. It's just cake, I think. Is that right?
Okay. Number 7.
It's hard and very cold. It doesn't really taste of anything. Is it some type of frozen vegetable? A pea or something like that? It feels like a pea, but I can't taste anything.
And finally, number 8.
This tastes like bread. Delicious. It's still warm. It must be really fresh.
Ollie, don't eat that. When Ollie James was 1, his brother had a tiny pet turtle. One day it disappeared. Then Ollie's mum noticed a turtle's leg hanging out of Ollie's mouth. This was the beginning of Ollie's interest in very unusual types of food. And don't worry, the turtle was fine. Now, aged 16, Ollie's eaten everything from ants to zebra. And for the last 2 years, he's written about them on his blog, Ollie, Don't Eat That. 1. Why did you start your website?
Once, my dad brought home some giant toasted ants from a business trip to Colombia. They tasted good, like salty meat. I described them on a website and I got a lot of replies. So I started looking for other unusual foods and I set up a blog to write about them. I've tried over 100 different things since I started my blog.
2. What's the most interesting thing you've ever eaten?
The strangest is durian fruit from Southeast Asia. It's actually illegal to carry them on public transport in some countries because they smell disgusting, like old fruit and rubbish. However, they taste incredible, sweet and creamy. I've also cooked with unusual ingredients. I found a recipe for an ostrich curry online, and last week I made that. An ostrich is a bird, but its meat is dark red. I expected a strong flavour, but it isn't as meaty as lamb. I got it from an ostrich farm in England.
3. And what about the most disgusting?
That's definitely the cheeseburger in a can. A reader sent it to me from Germany. It tasted like a really low-quality vegetarian burger. It looked horrible and it tasted worse. I really couldn't finish it.
4. What's the best food you've tried?
Oh, my favourite is miracle berries from Africa. They taste bitter, and after you eat them, anything that's sour tastes sweet. Lemon juice, for example, tastes like sweet lemonade.
5. Have you ever been ill because of something you've tried?
Not once. I'm always careful that the food is safe. My parents check everything. They've tried lots of things too. They loved my ostrich curry.
One. What did the girl cook when she was young?
So, do you cook a lot at home?
Not really. My dad taught me how to make a good omelette recently, and I often make one when I need a quick snack. When I was young, I did a lot of cooking with my dad. We made sweet things like cakes.
Have you ever made dinner for your family?
I've tried. I roasted a chicken once. I followed the recipe carefully, but when we cut into it, it was raw in the middle.
2. Where does the boy get his recipes from?
Everyone in my family is really into cooking and food in general. My dad actually teaches food technology at a secondary school. I usually cook once or twice a week for everyone at home. I don't have any of my own recipe books. I use ones I find on the internet. I can make a very good chicken and vegetable soup, but my sister is better. She makes a fantastic lamb curry. It tastes incredible, but she won't tell me the recipe.
3. Who is a vegetarian?
So who does most of the cooking in your family?
My mum, I guess. But I cook quite a lot too. I have to.
Why? Don't you like your mum's cooking?
It isn't that. She makes some really tasty meals. But I don't eat meat or fish. So sometimes the three of us, Mum, Dad and me, have a vegetarian meal together. But sometimes she makes something with meat or fish, and then I try to cook my own meal. I can't really expect her to cook twice.
4. Which dish is only available today?
And this is the cafeteria where students have their lunch. It's usually open every day from 12:30 until 2, but today we're closing early at 1:30 because of exams. There's always a selection of hot and cold food, burgers, chips, salads and so on. And we have a special every day too. It's Wednesday today, which means it's pizza. If you just want a snack, they always have soup and lots of different sandwiches to choose from.
5. Which food does Lizzie dislike?
Hi, James. Mum wants me to check that you and Lizzie can still come for dinner tomorrow evening.
Yes, that's fine. We're looking forward to it.
Oh, good. I was just wondering if there's anything you or Lizzie don't eat. I think we might have roast lamb.
Yes, lamb would be fine. Or chicken.
Lizzie isn't keen on fish, so it might be best to avoid that.
OK, great.
6. Which ingredient do they need to buy?
Do you want to give me a hand with dinner?
Sure. Is this the recipe? Oh, that looks delicious. I really love curries.
I've never made it before. Well, I've done something similar with chicken, but lamb will be good too. We've got all the ingredients, I think. 1 chilli, 2 onions, some garlic. Can you check?
There's plenty of garlic. There's 1 chilli and 1 onion. I guess we need to get 1 more. I'll go if you like.
7. What do the couple decide to have for dinner?
I'm not in the mood to cook tonight. What about going out for dinner? We could go to that Italian place. I feel like some good pasta.
I'm not really that hungry, and they're closed on Tuesdays, remember? What about something light, like the Japanese opposite the cafe? Sushi would be perfect. Then after, we could get some ice cream from the cafe and bring it home. They do amazing quality ice cream.
Let's not have any dessert today.
OK.
OK, Andrew, what do you want for lunch today?
I don't know. How about beef burgers?
Oh, no. You're only here in London for a week, so you have to try some English food.
I know. And what do you suggest? Fish and chips? Or maybe roast beef?
Well, no. I was thinking some chicken tikka masala would be good.
What? Isn't that a curry dish?
Yes, but curry is one of the most popular dishes in the UK. Didn't you know that?
No. When did curry become a British dish?
Well, the first curry restaurant opened in London more than 200 years ago. But it got really popular in the 1960s when lots of people moved to the UK from India and Pakistan and opened hundreds and hundreds of restaurants with food from their countries.
That's cool. But I'm not a big fan of spicy food. What other food is typical here?
Well, you could try bangers and mash. That's very British.
What's that?
It's sausages, bangers, with mashed potatoes. It's my dad's favourite.
Okay. And what else?
Maybe cottage pie? And no, it's not a sweet dish. It's a type of meat pie with beef and vegetables and with mashed potato on top.
That sounds good. And what about for dessert? You know I've got a sweet tooth.
Yes, I know. So you might want to try some English trifle.
That sounds interesting. What is it?
It's a dish made with fruit, cake, jelly and cream. It's delicious.
And where can we eat all that? At a restaurant?
No, we can go to a cafe near here. I think you'll like it. It's really cool.
Okay. Should we go now? Talking about food has made me hungry.
Sure. Let's go.
British food. Many tourists are quite surprised by all the delicious food they can find in the UK. In the past, many visitors had a bad opinion of British cooking, but that was often because they ate in cheap restaurants that only served food for tourists. Fortunately, things have changed in recent years, and now tourists can find many types of good quality food all over the country. Typical favourites. You can find excellent traditional British food in the thousands of cafes, restaurants and takeaways around the UK. A typical cafe dish, and perhaps the best known abroad, is the full English breakfast. That's eggs, sausage, tomatoes, beans and fried bread. If you want something hot for lunch in a cafe, try the meat or vegetarian pies on offer. A classic summer dish is ploughman's lunch, which is a cold dish of bread, butter, cheese, pickled onion and salad. On Sundays, it's typical to have a roast dinner with friends and family. Roast beef, lamb or chicken is served with potatoes and boiled vegetables such as carrots and broccoli, and gravy is poured on top. Gravy is a thick brown sauce and it's delicious. Takeaways are really popular in the UK. These are small shops that sell hot food that customers take home or eat on the street. Fish and chips has been a British takeaway favourite for a long time. They fry the fish in batter, a mixture of flour and water, and it's often served with peas and, of course, lots of chips. Local dishes. Many places in the UK have local specialities. In Scotland, Cullen skink is a creamy soup with fish, potatoes, onions and milk. In Wales, one of the most popular dishes is called Welsh rarebit. It's hot cheese on toast. And for dessert, you can try some bara brith. It's a sweet bread with fruit and spices. International options. Since the 1950s, many immigrants have come to Britain from all over the world, and they have brought lots of international dishes with them. Curry from India and Pakistan, pizza and pasta from Italy, along with dishes from China, Japan, Egypt, Mexico, and many other places. Curry in particular has become so popular that it is often called a national dish of the UK. With all of these choices, tourists nowadays won't have any problems eating in the UK. Their biggest challenge will be deciding what to eat.
One. Adam.
My sister's vegetarian, so I try to create interesting new recipes for her. This one uses fresh chilies and Moroccan spices, which I keep in a special tin. You fry onion and garlic in oil until they're golden. Be careful not to let them burn. Then you add whatever vegetables are available. Her favourites are green beans and aubergines, which I cut into slices. I usually grill the aubergines first. They taste better, I think. Then add a tin of tomatoes, a couple of chilies and spices like cumin, and cook slowly for 40 minutes, stirring occasionally. Serve it in a bowl and decorate it with fresh herbs.
2. Melissa.
I'm from Louisiana, whose most famous dish is gumbo. My own recipe for gumbo has a couple of unusual ingredients: bananas and cabbage. Weird, huh? Anyhow, it's got the traditional prawn and other seafood too, as well as tomatoes and lots of chili. A true gumbo sits on top of the stove for a whole day, cooking slowly. But you don't boil it. Believe me, it's worth waiting for. You need to taste it regularly and add the right amount of salt and black pepper for flavor. Then I bake some bread and steam some rice and serve the gumbo in bowls with the warm bread and steamed rice.
3. Ravi.
This is my favourite dish, a kind of tandoori chicken like my uncle used to make, but a bit Mexican too. You leave chicken pieces in lime juice and salt overnight. The next day, you take them out and cover them with mixed spices. Include cayenne pepper or paprika for a rich red colour. You can barbecue them or roast them in the oven, whichever's easier. I serve them with guacamole. That's mainly avocado and plenty of salad. When you bite into the chicken, which should be served warm, it's spicy and delicious. And you can freeze this dish as well.
OK, Ben, let's talk about the food for the party. It's going to be outside, so how about a barbecue with sausages, chicken legs and burgers? That kind of thing.
But quite a few of our friends don't eat meat, do they? And buying meat would be expensive.
Good point. Well, what if we made our own pizzas then?
I don't know. The weather's so warm at the moment. Let's go for something fresh and cool. If we cooked something, it would be hard work.
I agree. But just serving a plate of sandwiches or a few bowls of crisps at a party shows very little effort.
Salads might be a better choice. We could make lots of different types with separate ones for the vegetarians.
That's not a bad idea. Although we'd need to borrow enough plates for everyone, which might get broken.
And knives and forks too. Using our fingers would be so much easier, wouldn't it? Come on, it's time to decide.
So, why not have sushi then? It's easy to eat, we can get fish and vegetarian, and everyone loves it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
What do you have in your refrigerator? We visited 3 people to see what they keep in the fridge. David Freeman.
Let's see. A carton of eggs, some milk, a pound of hamburger meat, a few slices of cheese, a jar of mustard, and a little butter. There aren't many vegetables. There are just a few green peppers going bad in the vegetable drawer. I guess I should eat more vegetables.
Marta Delgado.
Oh, there's lots of stuff. There's fruit, oranges, mangoes, a pineapple, and I always have plenty of fresh vegetables, broccoli, tomatoes, and carrots. And there's a carton of orange juice and a tub of margarine. I usually buy 1% milk because it has fewer calories. And then in the freezer, there are 1 or 2 frozen dinners, but not many. We eat very few frozen meals.
Chris Kim.
Well, there's very little food in there because I eat out most nights. So there's just a loaf of bread, a bottle of soy sauce, a few cans of soda, and a jar of hot peppers. Yeah, there's not much food in the house.
Zoe.
We like to eat healthy food, so we always have lots of fresh fruits and vegetables in the house. Healthy snacks, too, like nuts and yogurt. But my favorite snack is definitely nachos. My husband makes the best nachos. So yeah, we love to sit down and watch baseball with a big plate of nachos. We always keep a few packages of chips in the cabinet so we can make some. And he puts a few tomatoes and a little melted cheese on top and some sour cream. They're so good. Yeah. They're pretty filling, though. Sometimes they're enough and we don't need dinner. And they're probably a little fattening. Kind of high in calories. But that's okay, I guess. It's nice to have a treat occasionally. Maybe I'll make some tonight.
Josh.
I love cookies. Chocolate chip are my favorite. I love to eat them in bed at night when I watch TV. The problem is, if I open a package of cookies, I can't put them down. I just want to eat them all. And that's not good for you, I know. I mean, cookies generally aren't very good for you anyway. But yeah, they remind me of when I was a kid. My sister and I used to make them. I never have time to make them now. I'm just too busy. And actually, I don't remember how to make them. So, yeah, I just buy a small package every week and try to have 1 or 2 a night. It's a treat.
Kate.
One thing I like to eat is a lot of raw vegetables. Like if I'm hungry when I come home from work. You know, it's easy to just grab something like cookies or something that's not very healthy. So, I always keep something healthy in the refrigerator. Like hummus. Actually, that's my favorite snack. And if it's like too early for dinner, I just cut up a few carrots to dip into it. I always buy tubs of it from the supermarket. I don't actually know the recipe for hummus. I've never made it.